We're celebrating superheroes with our Food Lovers Market Marvel Superhero Mug campaign, but we're also celebrating everyday heroes. It's the busy mom, it's the friend that's always there, the teachers that work so hard through the pandemic, and the nurses and the firefighters who literally put their lives on the line. When these everyday heroes take a break, what's in their mug? What refuels them and gives them the power? Is it tea or coffee? Maybe some hot chocolates? I'm talking to these everyday heroes to find out how they get their power. My name's Kate. I'm from Food Lovers Market. I'm the host of Everyday Hero joining us.
Thank you very much for inviting me. It's a privilege to be here.
Only a pleasure. Belinda, tell us more about what you do.
I'm a volunteer with Fisantekraal Animal Welfare. I've been involved with them for 10 years now. I'm working in their clinic, the clinic that we've got in Fisantekraal. It's a marvelous bunch of about 14 volunteers there, all Avengers. I can pick out Thor's and everybody there.
So keeping with the superhero theme, tell us, what are your strengths?
I'm a loyal person. I need to be humble where we work. We must never forget where some of the people come from, and we can't apply all our values to the people in the community. And Fisantekraal has learned me to be patient. You can't be impatient when you're working with animals. So I think I've become a more patient person and a good listener. You need to listen to everybody's problems and to understand the people.
In line with all their strengths, every superhero has a weakness. What's your weakness?
Unfortunately, yes. I think my biggest weakness is I don't like to be out of my comfort zone. I don't challenge myself enough. I can be stubborn.
What is the best advice you've ever received?
The best advice is never to make enemies. Because if you make enemies, it stays with you, and that drains you of your positive energy. And it's something you carry with you everywhere you go. Surround yourself with positive people.
So if you're surrounded by positive people, I'm sure that you've met many people that have inspired you. Who has inspired you the most, and how and why?
I'm fortunate that I did meet him. Is Mike Horn. He's an adventurer, and I don't know if everybody knows, he's a South African. But I've had the privilege to meet him at the book launch about 2 years ago in Cape Town. He's an amazing person. He's very humble. He's a really down-to-earth person, but he's a person that challenges himself absolutely to the limit. I mean, he crossed the South Pole. He circumnavigated the North Pole.
Which has been your biggest challenge, and how have you overcome it?
I think my biggest challenge was when I started with Fisantekraal. You think if you work in a animal welfare, you're going to work with the animals, but you work a lot with people. And when I used to work, I didn't work with people. I work in a laboratory, so I didn't have that people skills. So that was a big challenge to me, to work with the people, with the problems, and sometimes just to persuade them to do things with their animals. And so and how I overcame that is it's just asking for help and asking people, or getting somebody else to talk to the person, or talking with me to the person. That's how I learned how to deal with the people, and trying to be their friend. So that was a big challenge to me, is just working with and to realize that it's not only the animal, it's the owner as well that you have to work with.
That's an excellent point. Belinda, can you share with us a defining moment from your life?
I think a defining moment in my life was when I had children. You're young, you're single, you're getting married, and it's only the two of you, and then you have children, and then you realize what a big responsibility it is to have children. They're dependent on you. They can't do anything. They're dependent on you. And you also have a responsibility how you bring them up to be the youth of today, the leaders of the future.
Tell me, what would you say is your biggest accomplishment in life?
a big accomplishment, I wouldn't say it's maybe my biggest, but a big accomplishment for me is my other passion is cycling. So about 10 years ago, I entered for an endurance race. It was 320 kilometers, but I did it in a relay team with another lady, but never realizing how much of a mind game it is. You would think 320 kilometers, it's tough on your body, but you train for that. But the mind game, you cycle through the night and you're on your own. And so that was a really big accomplishment to say I've done that. Yeah, and it opened doors. We did a cycling race of 480 kilometers for Fisantekraal, where we raised lots of funds. And so it's a yearly thing that's ongoing. So that was a very big accomplishment for me.
That's very impressive. And I've actually heard of the Fisantekraal cycle race.
Oh, great.
With it. So do you have a personal motto or a mantra that you live by?
I would like to say life is too short to drink bad coffee. But other than that, I think is have no regrets. Live your life to the fullest and live your life today, not for the future. I would like to say Iron Man because of Robert Downey Jr., but rather I stick with Captain America because he's a good leader. He's the leader that you don't expect to be a leader. He's humble. He's the ordinary guy. He's the nice guy.
Well, then, just like you, he's an everyday hero.
Yeah.
And that last question is, everybody wants to know, what's in your mug?
Coffee, of course. Good coffee. I love coffee. I would love to say, I don't know if I can say it, a Seattle coffee, but yeah, that's very good. So I love my coffee. I like a good coffee. I like wine, but coffee more.
Thank you so much for joining us today on Everyday Heroes. And thank you for all the work you do with Fisantekraal Animal Welfare. Thanks for joining us.